On today's show, outdoor ideas for your holiday gift list. Up first, Tim Shore's outdoor paddling dream becomes a workshop reality. And now you can share in the board building fun. Felling trees, more than an act of creating firewood. This family turns logs into festive holiday decor. Plus, Laura Shara shares a holiday project fit for a gift at Christmas.
Minnesota Bound. Presented by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems.
Hey everybody, Laura, Millie and I welcome you to today's very snowy episode.
It's beautiful out, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, we are gearing up for Christmas.
And we start with the story of hope. We first told you about Tim Shore back in 2016. He has this little hobby/business.
Tim was making paddleboards in his garage after his day job as a banker.
And his story proves that dreams can come true. Busy are the days when Tim Shore leads in his wood shop.
And you want to do dark or you want to do light? It's going to look kind of cool, actually, because the edge will be just a little sliver of walnut.
Tim, a guy with plenty of titles.
Founder and chairman of the board.
For sure, the brains behind shoreboards. A wood paddle, wake, and skateboard business built on dreams.
So we have our rough sawn cedar, we got our aspen, we got our paulownia wood, maple, and walnut. You know, anyone that started a business can feel this, but it's like, it's a roller coaster. It is a roller coaster, but it is a fun roller coaster. I would have it no other way.
A ride which first percolated back in the day in Tim's garage. A home-built hobby shop where Tim spent nights crafting after full days of full-time work at the local bank.
It's cool, man. If you would have told me I was going to build stand-up paddleboards like 5 years ago, I'd have thought you were crazy. First of all, I wouldn't know what they were. I think people are going to find ways to get out on the water, and this is a great way to do it. I don't foresee it going away.
Boy, was Tim right. See, back in 2016, we first aired Tim's tale on television. Sneak out to the garage to meet paddleboarding's ultimate craftsman.
Our angel investor happened to catch that special and watched our special and reached out and just asked for lunch. So we met for lunch and decided that I wanted to make it a full-time thing. I was a banker at the time. He put out an offer and said, hey, I'd like to go along on this journey with you. And as of 2017, we moved into this space and I moved out of the garage and quit the bank job.
A new shop full of new tools. A new beginning for Tim's outdoor dream.
It was a life-changing moment that I'll never forget. And you know, I owe the world to Mark being able to do what I'm doing now, so.
Which is building all kinds of boards. But Tim had another brainstorm bottled up inside.
I thought, what is something that we can offer that nobody around here offers?
Tim Shore, the board builder, became Tim Shore, the teacher.
9, so we're gonna need about a ½ inch more. Well, I thought, why not go down that path and just roll the dice? People are literally able to come in with zero woodworking experience and come and build their exact board, no different than if we were to build it.
DIY projects under Tim's watchful eyes.
And then the bigger one?
Like Jen and James that come in, you know, that are family, that want to spend additional time with one another.
All right, love, ready?
It's so touching to be able to see that. All right, you can just set them right over here, James.
It was less about the sport, more about the time together, creating something together. So we decided that it'd be kind of fun to build our own surfboards.
I love sharks, so I just wanted to draw a shark.
James finished his first project.
It was a lot of steps, but I mean, Tim was great.
Work our way towards ourselves, okay?
He walked us through every little detail that we needed to know.
Exactly why.
I'll do the first one, and then you're gonna take it from there, all right, James?
they're back to build another board.
Just kind of run it all the way down on each board. There you go, bud.
There's a lot of glue, sir.
See your muscles, man. When people walk in that door and they round the corner and they spot their board, their eyes immediately lock onto it. They walk over to it. Yeah, this is your guys' board. What do you think?
Awesome. I love it. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
You can't describe it. Literally, they just can't fathom the fact that they built the board.
A dream crafted to reality with just one little problem.
Too much stuff. Need more space.
Shops never seem big enough.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems, Strike Master, Midwest Exteriors MN, and by Ice Castle Fish House and RV.
When you see a pile of wood, you may look at it as good kindling or firewood, but one Minnesota family sees its artistic potential.
On a cold, gray Minnesota winter day, you'd find most people huddling indoors. But not the Held family.
Which way is she going?
They're out in the woods, sawing, cutting, gathering,
Want me to grab that, take it for you the rest of the way?
I think I got it.
and piling as many birch trees as they can onto their trailer.
These guys are messing around.
Oh no! It's get it done time!
Colleen Held sees tree branches differently than most of us.
So this right here are legs for deers with the white.
To her,
So right here is a nice pair of antlers.
the woods is a place for inspiration.
Right there. There's reindeer all day long.
It's the hunt, yes, the hunt of looking for, the neat birch trees. Yeah, we are scavengers. Not that I'm cheap, but I see something in it, I can make something out of it.
They gather until their trailer is piled high with birch. They load up, tighten down, and hit the road.
This is a small load compared to what we normally have.
This is our home. We live here, we run our business here. You are in Corcoran, Minnesota. You're at our barn where we make all our wood product. And we have a little gift shop inside as well.
The Held family modifies those chopped trees and one by one turns them into something else. They make deer and snowmen and all sorts of wooden creations.
A lot of people walk in and we have a good friend that he goes, I feel good every time I walk in your barn. I want to just hang out here.
Colleen and Mark's 3 sons help work the shop to keep up with demand.
If they're short, they're necks. If they're longer, they're legs.
And they have it down to a science.
I can tell just about, that's a snowman, that's a medium leg, that's a large leg.
So we each all have our own departments and everything, so.
It goes quick with enough people.
This is mainly my department, snowman building and like snowmen. My brother's department is deer. My littlest brother, his department is the laser engraving and the laser cutout signs,
Everybody's got their job and everybody knows what to do.
It's sort of like Santa's workshop, except they work a little faster than elves.
These guys really fly when they get moving, huh?
Yeah, they do. We sell probably 3,000 to 4,000 deer a year. So we have to bring a lot of birch back to do all that.
And no part of a tree goes to waste.
Well, we like to recycle.
Not even a crumb.
Even the sawdust, we mulch the trees in with it.
We started out making the birch deer and snowmen, and we kind of just been stuck in the Christmas theme.
Now, as jolly as Santa is, operating his workshop is not for the faint-hearted.
It's a lot of physical work. It's cut it down, drag it to the truck, load it. When we get home, we unload it, and then we process it. It's a lot of hands-on.
And that's why it works for the Held family.
Just being out in Mother Nature's yard and being outside, that's who we are.
Still ahead, old school Northwood sleds crafted by very careful hands. But first, Laura shares a fun holiday project made from pine cones.
Closed captioning provided by Star Bank.
Today we're getting wild and crafty in the kitchen with a simple DIY project the whole family can enjoy. We're gonna make some winter bird feeders with 4 simple ingredients: pine cones, twine, peanut butter, and birdseed. Let's get started. First step is to grab some festive twine and roll it out about, I would say, 1.5 feet. So I like to tie the twine just about 1 inch below the top of the pine cone, so it's a nice solid part of the pine cone. And then I double knot it on the bottom, and I also double knot it on top to make sure it's extra secure. All right, the next step is to take some peanut butter and start frosting your pine cone. Now, this is the part that might be a little time consuming, but it's a great way to get your kids involved, have them help out, and also you could do a little education on what types of winter birds will show up to your bird feeders. So as you can see, our pine cone is full of delicious peanut butter, and now the next and last step is to roll it in the birdseed. The birdseed that I chose was one without peanuts or sunflowers or any big chunky pieces in it, so it sticks to the peanut butter and the pine cone really easily. I think if you had any bigger pieces, you would find that it wouldn't stick so well. This type of birdseed you can expect to attract cardinals, some goldfinches, maybe a chickadee or two. Will find these pine cone bird feeders extra delicious. Our pine cone bird feeders are all set for the tree. Now, if you're concerned about squirrels getting to these, you may want to tie them really tight to the tree or tie them underneath your squirrel-proof bird feeding area. Also, these make a wonderful holiday gift for any bird lover in your life.
Hey there, Bill Shirk, the man about the woods. You know, starting a fire in camp is a bit of an acquired skill. These days, so many people carry around boxes of matches or even pockets full of lighters, but there are more traditional means to starting fire, and it actually can be a fun way to challenge yourself when you're outdoors. Here's what my fire starting kit looks like, and that's the name of it. You try and pronounce that. But it's pretty simple. It's a finished kit, and it's just got fat wood with a lot of pitch in it that's flammable. It's got a little tin of sawdust and then a ferrous stick or a magnesium stick, which is where your spark comes from. And to start a fire, all I need to do is get some wood chips together. And I just grab a little pinch of the sawdust and drop it in the middle. And I just grab that stick. I like using my camp axe just because it works really well. And you start throwing sparks. There you go. Just a few sparks and it fires right up. That's really a lot of fun. Try using a magnesium stick and try to build your own fires. It's really a fun challenge, and it's a great skill to have when you're out in the woods.
Up next, Minnesota's old form of snowy transportation, crafted with new hands.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Radco Truck Accessories, White Bear Lake Superstore, and by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
Up next, we are headed north to discover a business that is quite favorable to those of us who like sliding through winter.
In Warroad, Minnesota, winter's snowy blanket makes everything seem peaceful. Here at this quiet backyard workshop, the day is just getting started. And for the Heron family business, let's just say the snowy conditions are perfect.
This one's too short. We shoot to get them like 16'1".
John Heron is a craftsman of a winter tradition that's centuries old, making wooden toboggans by hand.
My understanding is that wooden sleds showed up in Canada about the time of the fur trade, so it was probably a European influence. And the first sleds were toboggans that were pulled by hand for a hunter on snowshoes.
A carpenter by trade, Heron credits his uncle for getting him into the toboggan business. John's uncle had heard of a toboggan shortage in the 1990s and encouraged John to take up an apprenticeship with a respected toboggan maker who lived in Manitoba, Canada.
It's a tool, I guess I think of it as a tool. The people that are buying our toboggans don't have a lot of resource, but it's a major purchase for them. It's a main thing. They need a snowmobile to travel there, and they need a sled. It's not an extra thing, or it's not like a hobby thing, or sporting goods or anything like that. It's a part of a necessity. We put a taper in the end that's going to be bent.
John mastered the craft, and Northern Toboggan and Sled was born. Since then, toboggan building has been a family affair.
We make toboggans. We've always made toboggans, I guess, about as far back as I can remember. It's just been our family farm. It's just been something that my dad does, and we help out along the way as much as we can.
And while John is now master craftsman, his work highly regarded, it's time for him to share the art of toboggan making. After all,
there's the steam chamber right there.
He's the only one who can.
Who make them commercially to supply. I think I'm the last guy. The stuff is bending pretty nice. Oh. We call it a bending jig. That's what gives you leverage to bend the board, but also that's how the board is stored until it's dried. Can you get that in, Hammond?
While John's children take part in other areas of the business, he needed to find an artisan of wood, like himself.
What's really going to be key is that we get the right apprentice in here, a person who is going to learn the trade and enjoy doing it.
Meet 26-year-old Ammon Jeffs, the apprentice.
I really enjoy learning these skills from things that have been done for years and years, to know how it was done, instead of losing the ways it was done before. That's a way to put it.
John and Ammon have been working side by side in the shop since last fall, teaching and learning the art.
Is that clamp still tight?
Yes.
If we didn't keep it up, it would be a lost art.
It would be.
Yeah.
Like many other arts from even 1 or 2 centuries ago.
And Ammon's getting to know more about the people that are getting them, the end user, those communities.
The result is the art of toboggan making will not be lost. John and Ammon will see to that.
All right, she's done.
Those stories should give you a few great gift ideas for the holidays.
Absolutely, and if not, just grab a Rapala and throw it in the stocking.
Good idea. Well, that about does it for us. We'll see you back here next week.
Until then, Millie, what do we always say? Don't forget to introduce a kid to the snowy outdoors.
Go get it, Millie. Okay, go get it.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. To get more Minnesota Bound, including full episodes, go to mnbound.com. And to follow our latest adventures, like us on Facebook.